Hi guys, how's it going? It's a beautiful rainy day here in the desert for us. We pray for rain all the time, especially since we've been in a bit of a drought lately. So it's wonderful. If you happen to hear rain or thunder, I hope that adds to your sense of relaxation. The sequence that we're going to do is nice and flowy. So I'm going to go ahead and set my alarm on my phone for 20 minutes. Siri, set a 20-minute alarm.
Setting. Okay.
All right, so with the 20-minute alarm set, let's get started. Come to your yoga mat, and we'll start with just a few basic hatha movements, just to kind of warm up the body a little bit. So let's just stand on the mat, bring the hands to the heart, and close the eyes. Take a deep breath in, lift the hands. Exhale and lower. Bring the hands back to the heart. Once again, inhale and lift up. And exhale and fold forward. Now, some yoga teachers say that standing forward bends aren't truly yin because no standing poses can be truly yin, but to me this has a very yin-like feel. Allows the spine to lengthen. I find it's a nice way to warm up prior to a yin class. And now we'll just lower ourselves down onto the yoga mat. And we'll come into this hands, knees position. Hands right under the shoulders and knees coming down from the hips. Try to make sure your feet are parallel, not splaying. And then we'll do a few of our cat-cows. So again, traditional hatha type moves. I'm going to scoot my mat back a little bit. You can tie your breath in with your movement here. So inhaling to lift and exhaling to round. And now we'll make our way into a seated position on the mat. And then from here, we will stack the shins. Now, if stacking the shins is not comfortable or not easy enough for you, maybe you have a tight piriformis or tight outer hips, then you can also come into this butterfly pose. And with the butterfly pose, you might find it easier to lower down this way. So this is an option. But for me, I'm going to stick with the stacked pose, the square pose. And I'm going to place hands on the floor and start to lower my upper body down. And so you as well can either stay here and just start to feel an anterior tilt to your pelvis and start to feel your upper body lowering gently. You can place the hands on the floor and see what you can do to relax. Maybe you can soften through your breathing. Take big, slow, deep breaths. And let the breath feel natural and calming and slow. And you can start to crawl your hands out forward if you start to feel a little more open here. Some of you will be so flexible that you're already down to the floor. And that's great if you're there, but wherever you are, it's great. It's okay. As long as you're doing the practice, that's what counts. That's what matters. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. You want to find a place in the pose where you're not pushing your body into pain, but you're finding that comfortable edge, that nice, pleasant edge of a stretch where you feel like you're doing some positive work. You're feeling some work happening in your hips. Slowly and gently increasing some flexibility. And you're not inflicting any pain on your body. So all in all, it should be a pleasant experience. And as we're ready, we can walk slowly with the hands to come back up. We can extend the feet out forward and tap through the backs of the legs. And then we're going to change sides. So we'll place the other shin on top and take a breath in, and then on the exhale, just start to lean forward. And this may be enough for you. If your muscles are tight today, simply staying here, breathing, maybe supporting yourself with your hands, that may be quite enough for you. I can hear that it started raining again outside. How lovely. So relaxing. If you feel you're ready for a bit more of a stretch, you can place your hands in front and start to lower your upper body down. And you can do that ever so gradually. And see where and how you can find rest and solace in the pose. Stay as you are. I hear my dog. She's 13 and a half and she's scratching to be let in. Oh, they both are. So I'm gonna let them in. Come to your spot, honey, right here. You go right here, okay? Oh, she's going to that one, okay. Yep, good on your spot, okay. Sorry guys. Where was I? Right here. Now I feel even more relaxed now that my dogs are here with me. It's okay to move a little bit through these poses, but just try to find your place of stillness as soon as you can, and stay still as long as you can. And let your breathing be slow and calming and natural. All right. And we can come on up out of that pose. Whew. Feels pretty nice. I'm going to turn on my mat so I have more the length of my mat here. And we'll get ready for our next Yin pose. In this Yin Yoga pose, we bring one leg to the inside of the thigh. We tilt the pelvic region forward. We inhale and lift, and we exhale and start to fold. You can grasp your ankle. You can grasp your foot. So grasp wherever's comfortable for you. If you prefer to do this pose with a strap, you can wrap a strap around your foot. I like to wrap around the ball of the foot, but find what works for you, what feels comfortable for you. And you can just hang out here. Remember to tilt your pelvis forward, as that really helps. For me, I like to just grasp my foot. We'll stay here and breathe. Think about lengthening the spine. Think about the energy of the body being balanced. Think about the way energy flows through the meridians of the body, the connective tissues. And just think of this work as allowing the Yin Yoga poses to balance the body for you. If it starts to feel a little intense, you can back out a little. That's always an option. You can always back off the pose a little bit. Just try to find that place where you can feel like you're really melting in the pose. You're melting and resting and stretching gently but thoroughly. And when you're ready, you can gently massage or squeeze into the back of the leg as you come back out. And then we'll change sides, of course. Gotta do both sides. Check that your pelvis is tilting forward, so you can even place your hands on your pelvic region and just feel with your hands what's a tilt back like, what's a tilt forward like, what's neutral like, and then from there tilt forward, inhale and lift your hands up high, and exhale and fold, grasp wherever you like to grasp. And hang out. This type of yoga stretches the fascial tissue, the connective tissue or fascia in the body, and that actually allows for improved chi or energy flow throughout the body systems. And to be honest, when I do Yin Yoga, I do feel like there's something happening at an energetic level that I may not consciously understand completely, but it does feel very calming, relaxing, and refreshing at the same time. And so I really appreciate the effects of the practice. And I hope you do too. And I really appreciate you being here today. Okay, and we can squeeze the backs of the legs as we come on up once again. Oof, that feels good. We'll massage. So from here, we can extend both feet forward. We can again tap through the backs of the legs and shake through the feet. And we can lift the pelvis off the mat and even lift one sit bone and then the other just to even out the weight and distribute the weight evenly on the pelvis. We can again make sure that we're leaning forward. Inhale and lift both arms. And then on the exhale, fold yourself forward into this forward bend, this forward fold. And you're welcome to use your strap. You're welcome to sit up taller and just anchor the hands on maybe the tops of the thighs and just focus on leaning forward. You can place the hands on the floor. But you want to start to feel a stretch through the backs of the legs. So that depends on your flexibility level, where you are with that. But once you have, okay. So the timer went off, but I think we do have a few more minutes actually, because my battery died in the middle of the practice. And so I'm gonna just give it a few more minutes here. I actually really love this forward fold. It's very much like Paschimottanasana in Hatha Yoga. Western facing stretch. It's just so therapeutic. It just feels so wonderful and so calming. And I love this pose, especially before bedtime. It's just a delight. So we'll come on out. Again, massaging through the backs of the legs and the thighs. And let's take ourselves back. And then lower down. Let your legs be a little bit wide. And we'll lower down onto the belly. And then we'll send the hands back and we'll just lift the legs here. We'll take a couple of breaths. Gaze is up and forward. Just take a few deep breaths here, lifting the feet, lifting the hands back. And then we'll place the hands down below the shoulders and we'll lift up into this sealed pose. If you can, try to lower your shoulder blades down the back. Lift the gaze. And then you can experiment here for a few breaths with lowering down and just lifting the chest and the heart off the mat. And then lifting back up to straight arms. And lowering down slowly again. And then from here, we'll make our way into a child's pose. This is the ultimate introvert's pose. If you identify as an introvert, as do I, you might find this pose wonderful for just going inward, finding that state of comforting, meditative, quiet. Letting your third eye rest into the yoga mat. Pouring the energy from your third eye into the earth. Just pouring love, gratitude, joy into the earth. And getting that wonderful sense of grounding. And then from here, we can make our way into our final Yin pose of this practice, which is the pentacle. It's much like Shavasana, but it's just wider. So we can really just move anything out of the way that might impede our nice, comfortable, wide pentacle pose, or wide Shavasana, or Yin Shavasana pose. And I know that our 20 minutes is certainly up by now, so feel free to stay here as long as you wish. Stay here and meditate. Allow yourself to feel as though your body is sinking into the earth and yet drifting into the sky at the same time. And just know that this deep, safe, quiet, relaxed, meditative space It's one that you have created for yourself, and it's available for you to return to at any time you need it. I'm just letting you know that I am going to be offering yoga classes on my website soon, so check back to the channel here for the links to that site if you want to sign up to my full-length yoga classes. I appreciate you being here today. Feel free to stay in this Yin Shavasana pose as long as you wish. It's all yours. It feels delicious. I hope you enjoy this practice, and we'll see you back here next time. Thank you for being here. Namaste.